Hello, crafty friends. I'm here with 3 Winnie the Pooh journals. Winnie came into the public domain this year. It's a 1926 book, and I've had a lot of fun with the images. Just thought I would show you the patches that I made for the back of each journal before I flipped them over and started showing you what I did. And of course, the search for honey. Okay, so I've named these by the color of the butterfly on the cover. So this is yellow. We have Piglet up here looking down on Pooh's situation. Some really pretty sari in there. I've layered lace and canvas and burlap in between and back of these, and a lot of the laces and the trims that I've used in these came from Neri Ortiz. I have a card here. I just had a card here with her name on it. I found it. Here's Neri's card. On Etsy, her shop is Neri's Laces, and she is DC Scrap and Rooster. She's on Facebook too. It has the most fabulous vintage trims and laces, and I highly recommend, if you're looking for that type of thing, to stop by and check her stuff out. So I know that I used some of the lace from her shop there. These pretty little flowers, I think Hobby Lobby. And they all have a detachable tassel with lots of Pooh, and looking for colors that reminded me of the 100-acre woods, browns and such. And there's a little teddy bear bead, and I've attached it onto the top of the tassel with a safety pin. So I have these on each of them. I'll just set that aside out of the way. The upholstery, this is an old vintage upholstery, and it just reminded me of Pooh, that great soft teddy bear color. And I've got the fabulous yellow beading right around the spine at the bottom. Lots of petticoats and layers there. So that is the first one. Let me show you the other covers, and then I will open one up and go through it. So this one is lace with the lace butterfly. Some gorgeous embroidered trim, silk trim with Pooh on there. And the same bottoms. This one is blue. I love that. Love that page in the book. I think Eeyore said, "That's my birthday present, Piglet." And he said, "Yes, it was." And he said, "What was it?" And Piglet said, "A balloon." And he said, "What color was it?" "Red, my favorite color." It figures. Gloomy old Eeyore. Take this off in the back. So let me move these around and we'll flip through one. So let's open yellow. With the sari ties I had, definitely this struck me as Pooh color, but it just seemed kind of drab on its own, even though that's a very classic Pooh color. So I added a strip of a more modern Pooh in there just to offset it and liven it up a bit. And I did something I don't usually do on the inside of the books. I made the back and front inside covers and the title pages in the same order as the other ones, because I liked the way this came together so well. My end frame. So These are from the printouts that I have, the journal pages for Winnie the Pooh in my Etsy shop. And the small images are from the image set also in my shop. And I did go ahead and use some modern Pooh stickers on a few tags. I couldn't resist. A tea-dyed index card there. And of course the title page, both with the embellishment and not. And of course, Pooh is all about bees, so I did, these are the mini Pooh pictures, and I just used a honeycomb paper punch. Can you guys hear it raining? Sorry, I can hear it raining. Tap, 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 and the little bee stencil there. This is one of those fabulous laces that came from Neary. And a little flower charm there. Had a lot of fun with Pooh buttons. They just came right together. It was so easy to pick those colors out. Pooh Bear's house on a digi-stamp down here. And some stenciling. A Pooh pocket from a page in the image set. Stuck my business card in there along with a little bee. Some patching behind it. Some of that fabulous cable stitched trim along the bottom. Love that, leaving footprints. This is a little north, south, east, west compass, but on the Pooh map it's spelled Pooh. So I put them in the corners of several pages as digi-stamps. A book page. And the middle signature, I leave the strings a little longer, and I made some beaded dangles. Christopher Robin reading to Pooh while he was stuck in Rabbit's doorway. This is a page out of a Winnie the Pooh book, and I literally tore it out and stitched it onto a tea-dyed index card. Pooh visiting Owl's house. Put a little patch of velvet. I love velvet on the page. I can't go past a page with a velvet patch and not run my fingers over it. Some dragonfly stencils. And some old ruffled embroidered trim, I guess you'd call it. Some more stenciling. What I did is I took the pictures, the images that are on my printables from my shop, and I also, this is the printable. What I did is I took that picture and I also printed it on tea-dyed pages, so it's there in black and white as well. Some honeycombs. In each of the books, I took a page from the Tao of Pooh and the Tay of Piglet, I believe is the name of the books. And there was some really great wisdom that I saw on each of these pages, and I took them out and put one in each of the journals. Benjamin Hoff was the author of those books with permission of the A.A. Milne family enterprise. Love the watercolor. Christopher Robin, thump, thump, thump down the stairs with Pooh Bear. Of course, balloons to go get the beehive and the honey. Little owl tag on the owl page. And it barely showed up. I did some pretty stitching down the sari here. But it was not a very offsetting color to show up easily. Great Eeyore page. I just put part of the Pooh map for 100 Acre Woods in there. Little stamp tag. One of those gorgeous sequined silk trimmed. I got several rolls of them from India. Shop of Embellishments on Etsy, I believe it was. A little bee sticker. This pretty page was sent to me from my friend Wendy. It's got a great quote, an inspiring quote, and blank pages to write on, and it was just a perfect thing to take out and put in one of these journals. For the rest of the three signatures, there's 4 total. For the dangles, I used a paper punch, and I did balloons because, you know, Pooh liked his balloons. It's when they finally decided they could pull Pooh out of the hole he was stuck in Rabbit's doorway there. And another page out of a Pooh book. Actually, there were 2 pictures of Piglet, and I tore the other one out and stuck it on there and just sewed it right on. One of those nights when you really aren't sitting down to craft, but you need to grab something and work on it. Tiny little bee charm. I put a fun, I don't know what you'd call this trim. It's like jute twine, but it has leaves wound in it. And it seemed appropriate for the 100 Acre Woods. Just a tea-dyed index card there. Here is a Winnie the Pooh guest check. Just a little fun ribbon and stamping. Sewed a few things on there. I started looking at these pictures to show them or describe them and realized I have my reading glasses are nowhere to be found, and they're not on my face. Cute little picture. Okay. I've got some burlap here that's down. And this is some really cool, strange trim. If they get wrinkled, you can smooth them. If they're pointing out, you can make them all point down. They're very manageable. I like that trim. Christopher Robin. Some stitching down here, some Pooh colored sari. some stickers are just too adorable not to use. I tried to stay away from any modern Pooh stuff in this, but yeah, some stuff's pretty darn cute. Little leaf there. There's a few great pages I also included from a color version of the original Winnie the Pooh book in here. But I chose them for the pictures. Some more Pooh digi stamps there. Okay, I put a whole signature in each of the journals. I put a whole signature from a book that was not written by A.A. Milne. I picked it up at a used bookstore, and it is Return to the 100-Acre Wood. And both the writing in it and the illustrations are not the original ones. And of course, I'm sure it's copyright, but I've just torn out the pages. They were just adorable and so well done. And they were meant to be in here. They were the perfect size to fit in, but wonderful other little Christopher Robin Pooh stories. And the illustrations are really neat. So I enjoyed that, and I have that in there. This gorgeous trim. Oh, and it came in a Happy Mail, and I didn't label it right. I don't know who sent this to me, but thank you so much. And it was just the perfect color to drip down out of the bottom there. Some more balloons. And if you look at the map, this is the printable from my shop, and you look at the one that's actually printed on the end pages in a Winnie the Pooh book, I altered this. I rearranged things to fit them on the page and just squinched it a little more so. If you notice it's not the original, you're right, it's not the original. I moved it to fit most of it on the page. Oh, that's cute. You can tell it's much more modern, but it still felt classic Pooh spirit of things. The bath mat picture. Some more pretty blingy trim there. Little yellow ruffle. I hope you guys can hear the rain. Tap, tap, tap. It's kind of cool. I hope it's not distracting. Yeah, some pretty flowers. Some more gorgeous trim from Neary's shop. It's pretty wide too. Really, really nice selection of stuff. Oh, and they're pulling Pooh out. Another little velvet patch. This is actually one of the, I think most of these laces are sold or were made originally so that you could sew them onto collars or dresses, smocks on the front. And I just sewed it right in there. It makes a wonderful edging for the page. Pretty circle I cut out of an old tablecloth. Here's another from the original Pooh. Piglet meets a Heffalump. which were what they called elephants. Some extra images back here. Some more Pooh buttons. More classic Pooh colors than the other ones. Get you in frame there. It's not that pink on my computer, and it printed out that pink. I went back in and I had my settings set to over dramatize the colors in it, and I was going to reprint it, and then I thought, you know, that's really pretty, even though it's not the yellowy orange sun, and it more pink and purpled it. So I went ahead and left that color, and I printed all 3 journal pages for all the journals like that, but I thought that was neat. And on the back, there is a Heffalump, which Pooh dreamed about. And in the pocket, we've got Rabbit, and just a tea-dyed index card with some stenciling. And there we have it, Winnie the Pooh. Thank you so much for joining me for this flip through. I am, if you're waiting for a journal from me, I am really trying to step up the pace. Our spring garden is in soon. Our summer garden will be going in, and we're building a cottage across the street from our cabin for my mother. And we're in the middle of construction for that. If you're curious, my links to my Instagram and stuff are below this video, and you can click over and look at the pictures of that, and, you know, bears and turkeys and all the other good stuff we have up here. But I will be back with more journals soon, and I will be better about making videos, even if I have to come to the greenhouse to talk to you. I appreciate everybody's support, all of your comments and wonderful notes. You guys are the best, and I thank you so much for joining me and being a part of all this. I will talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.